So basically, this horse was untouchable by several people that had worked with wild horses that tried different things, so just being in the area and not really pushing him hard. And then Kelly, who started a few wild horses for sure, brought him along to riding, and has never experienced one quite like this. He's just was very, 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 very fearful and difficult to get up to. She did a lot of working him in a small square pen, making him work when he didn't tolerate being touched with a stick, or then that I went to the lariat rope and went to being able to come up and rub on him on both sides, and he always evades the head on. At this point, for the last probably 4 or 5 sessions, which she spends anywhere from an hour and a half to 3 hours with this horse nearly every day, and she's had where she can hold that that halter there out in front of him, and he'll actually start to put his nose down in it, and she rewards that. She's rewarding the slightest try always, and trying to make him work when he makes the wrong decision. We've gotten to the point where I can stand on one side and rub on him, and she can stand on the other and rub on him, and I can kind of hold on his head, and she can try to do something. And like yesterday when I was standing on his right side and what she's doing on the left side, she only just got here like half hour ago. And we would try to get that halter to touch under his nose and his lips, and he would tolerate on either side. Either side, he'll tolerate the halter touching on him a little bit. But as soon as you try to capture his nose, he sees she can take a hold of his head right there and bend it around. And from either side, she can do that. But it's when that rope touches him, and he's very fearful. Maybe I'll get a video later when he does make a real wrong decision. It's a little frosty here, but she plans on staying here a little while until it's thawed out some. And you'll see when he makes a wrong decision, she chases him around pretty roughly and turns him back and chases him and turns him back and chases him and turns him around. With the rope on him, he's a little more hesitant to face because he's scared of that rope. She's taken the stick and string and thrown it over his back and thrown it at his back legs. He kicks at everything. Sometimes he'll even kick at his manure that he poops at. When he doesn't have that rope on, he's more willing to turn and face. However, you can't walk right up to him, have a hard time rubbing on his face. He's a little skittish even the first times when you touch on him still, and this has been going on for literally weeks. A little bit of time off, you know, for family things, but for the most part, nearly every day. Well, if he's up next to the fence, that's just like me standing there.
Right.
And if he blows off, I'd still have my stick and string close by to reprimand him. I think I'd work on that side for a while like you are, and then work on the other side for a while, back and forth.
Over here.
She's trying to make it uncomfortable for him. She's wiggling it up and down and saying, get over here, get over here, get over here. That's an uncomfortable place. You shouldn't be over there. Come over closer to me. Come over closer to me. Come there.
Let's put you.
She's done a bit of leading him around by the neck. She can disengage his hind end. She can disengage his forequarters, both with touching the air and also pushing on him. Obviously, he has more fear issues than confidence, but
Yeah, but he's starting to switch over to confidence. Or fear. From fear to confidence.
you know, the fact that he's not blown out yet speaks to number one, her Getting as much as she can without losing what she's got, and also trying to tell him that he has to try a little harder. He has to tolerate her doing a little more. He's even a little concerned with me being over here. Doesn't really want to move his forequarters. Of course, he wants to get his head in front of you when she tries to disengage the hind end. You know, the only thing I was thinking last night was going back in the small pen with putting a flag on a stick, not necessarily a bag, but just a piece of material,
Right.
and working that all over his head and neck, like you did the stick. You got where you could rub all over his head with the stick. Get to where you could rub all over him with a flag of some sort, you know.
It won't hurt anything because we got to get him ready for his legs, and so we could use his
Yeah, just kind of,
face, legs.
yeah. You know, personally, I have thought about it a bit, and I think I would have him in some manner tranquilized to be able to get a halter on him, but and then do a lot with him on and off with another halter. However, the owner of this horse really does not want anybody doing anything that could potentially hurt him. I don't think that I mean, they tranquilized him to castrate him, so I'm sure they had him in a chute at one point in time. So I'll quit for now.
Yeah, but I'm glad we're not back in those old days.
Well, I ain't cowboy enough to stay on it.
Me neither.
They blindfold them, tie them up, trip them, saddle them on the ground, and the cow guy would get on. Oh yeah, turn them loose.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
Well, I guess you could go over to the fence and see what he does. We already know if I'm on the other side what's going to happen. He's going to jump in the air and blow out like you know. He tolerates when I'm on the other side and I hold on to the rope around his neck. And if we go too far, he jumps in the air and then I just grab hold of his neck and pull him back. And start all over again. I mean, we did this yesterday for an hour straight. She's just bumping it on his face to let him know. Pretty much she'll be still when he be still, and when he's trying to get away from her, see how he came to her? Well, she's pulling a little bit, but even when she didn't have the rope around his neck, he learned that if he made the right decision, she backed off.
So what did you do last night? Go home and have a beer? Yeah.
That's pretty dang good for somebody after you know what you've already done. He'll tolerate.
The more people that handle him, the better it is, because he's going to be skeptical with every single person. So you get the farrier out here, even when you can like pick up every 4 feet, he's going to be skeptical. You get a vet out here, it's going to be the same
You're
thing.
about 12 years old before we get the farrier out here.
But Jim, the first time you went up to him, no way could you touch on his pole like that.
No.
And now, but he won't let you touch his muzzle.
Except for Belinda can do it. When she's feeding him. What's that? When she's
Try
feeding-
going
oh,
from-
she can touch him out here in the round pen.
Try going from his cheekbone underneath. Yeah.
She can rub all the way down out here in the round pen.
That's good.
You know,
The more you do that, the better.
but I think it's because she feeds him and
avoidance there, guy, huh?
He is getting more done on the left side today.
Yeah. He's a little lopsided.
Oh,
I don't
maybe
know.
it was me. He's touching at the corner of his mouth right now.
Good.
Yeah, he's all the way down.
Yeah, I've been rubbing all the way on his nostrils this morning. Like, hold my hand there a little bit. So.
This is the first horse I've had that I can walk up to with these yellow gloves on. My horses still don't like them.
It's funny what the different things that.
Well, you ought to go out with a poncho on.
Now retreat and come back.
Rain poncho.
That's a good
Oh,
idea.
that blows about.
Yeah.
You don't
I
even
need
get
to do that
close
with
to
my
him.
guys.
Jim, retreat and come back to his pole. Go away and come back.
This is what Janet was doing yesterday. It really helped to have, when he decided to leave town, that he got jerked on instantly as opposed to 2 seconds later when I could get a hold of the rope.
Yeah.
Go ahead and loosen that rope up there, Jim, just a hair.
He's looking
Put it back up high where she can get some effect. I want to see it pull on him.
Yeah, wait a minute. You're supposed to rub, not pull.
Actually,
move my
enough
mane.
fire is main is
Yeah.
just, not as thick, so it loosens up better. There you go. Don't avoid, I'll come in here.
Now, see if you can kind of touch on his nose and take him to you, Jim. Kind of put your fingers around on his nose. Woo. Nope.
Well, that's okay. At least he's not.
Let's
He's
get him
letting you
squared
stand
up.
in front of him.
Get over here, square up. There you go.
I mean, that's.
He's licking his lips.
You're not.
That's pretty dang good. Somebody
Yeah.
new and
Likes him,
different
yeah.
coming up, and now you
yeah.
could do it.
All dogs
Roy?
like me.
Yeah.
Cats and dogs.
Yeah,
Horses
right.
don't. I don't consider
I gotta shut it off.
There you go.
That was a good. I got a little bit of video of that. It was good. Oh.
I like that. I mean, he wants to leave, but I like the fact that he's coming back easier. You gotta give him some credit for that. Come on. Over there is not the answer.
I got a hand here.
Mm.
You didn't like the hand, huh?
You try. There you go.
Oh, I got nose in there a little bit.
Good job, buddy.
You know, you
That's
take
what
the
I think I gotta do, though. I think I gotta just get him where I, put his nose in. I can move it around, rub all over, and then I think I can get it on the bridge and tie it.
Half. Well, no, you want to go up there when you already got your half hitch made.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I think she was talking to
a
Halter.
halter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No. No.
Yeah. Having the half hitch, I don't know if that would help you to get the halter on or not, though. Might, if you have it.
Well, whatever you do, boy, it's gonna be a fight.
When you get
Yeah,
it
the
captured.
water's
Once
gonna
he
start.
finally gets captured, it will. He'll have, we'll just start pulling on that rope really, really light and getting some lightness and some feel. No.
I'm over here.
No. No.
I'm still over here.
No.
Nope.
No.
Well, at least we'll have some video we can show Melinda. See, we didn't torture your horse.
She would
He-
have thought about that.
He thinks
yesterday.
it's torture.
I know she's gotten worse. Yesterday, she would. And I do. You gotta give me something.
And I kind of like the idea of putting it around his neck and letting him deal with it, but boy, I sure wouldn't want to see him get his foot up in that halter.
I know that's a kind of a risky prospect, but I think, I mean, yeah, I agree with you. If it was mine, I'd take a risk on it. Oh, put your nose over here. No, I don't think so.
And mind you, this horse will lead real lightly off of that that rope around his neck. If you just ask him real soft, he will lead anywhere.
Let's try this.
I thought I turned this off, but I think I might have put it in my pocket with it going. Oh, yeah.
About ready to blow, but
Yeah. That's nice.
he kind of brings his nose to me. Take it away. I'll take that. That's not much. You can do it. There you go. Good boy.
I think at some point in time today, it would be good for all of us to walk up and rub on him too.
Yeah. Yeah, the more people he has rubbing on him, I think the better. He just needs to get some, I can tolerate this.
Attitude.
Yeah.
Oh, my phone says low battery.
I can't really tell how much I'm actually touching him on the other side.
I'll tell you. Just like when you had your hand over on the other side.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like right there, you're almost. Oh, that's pretty good touch on his nose.
No, I'll give him on that. That's here. I'm, still not ripping on it, but I still want it to fall off the field. So he's a lot better with his nose this morning.
It's that changing eyes. I like that thing. Go stand in front of him. I want a video of you standing in front of him getting him to face you. Oh, it's a pretty trick. So she found that if she wiggles a rope on each side, he's learned that he has to face her. He always wants to look off the other way, always wants to look off the other way. And the closer she is, of course, the worse it is. But she found that if she wiggles it on either side, and then when he's right on, she quits. And he's found that if he just looks at her, she doesn't wiggle it at him on each side.
Alright, let's go by the fence. No. Oh, he's like, I'm skeptical.
You could teach him the sending lesson without a halter.
I know.
Teach him to side pass back and forth on the fence.
By the time we get a halter, I'll have a saddle.
You'll have him, yeah. Can't touch his face, but we can do everything else.
No, just give me your hip and your eyes. I guess you gotta work on this first. There you go.
Yep. Good boy.
No, he doesn't. It's because the rope's on the ground. I should have probably sent him around with that a couple times on the ground and get him over that.
At this point, I think we just figure the more things we can do with him to maneuver him around and get him over his fear issues. which for just coming out here on a cool morning speaks to how much he's been through. And I'm telling you, the fear issues this horse had and still has is phenomenal. Like right there, you could not walk up to him without... You just have to wonder at what point and how to make the wrong thing difficult. That would be my question. He's done an awful lot of running around, and you can certainly go back and do that. He got run around yesterday until he was dripping wet. And really hunting for air before we could do as much as we could with his nose.
You can get fast enough to get the half hitch.
No, you've already got your coil made. You've already got your half coil. You don't have to thread it.
I don't know. I'm skeptical.
The only thing that bothers me with the half hitch ideal, and that's when you draw it tight, you're gonna draw it fast.
Yeah, well, exactly. And I don't want to be sneaky about him. I just don't think that that accomplishes anything long term.
I think
short term,
what you do is you work what you're doing there, and then put the lariat and see if you can pull his head with his nose in there.
Yeah.
And then that will...
Just like you were doing with your hand.
With me standing here, he knows he can't go too far this way.
But he's not getting upset. He's not jerking it out.
He's
I like
not.
what he's doing right now. Matter of fact, it might be a good time
To
quit.
Yeah.
One or more times up, and if he does that, then I think if
You're
we
done.
leave him with that, I think that's good.
He's not leaning on your
No, he's
neck
really
rope
relaxed,
either.
and he's letting me bring it up, and he's letting me rub, and I've got it on the other side. Now it's not touching both sides. There you go. Okay, looking good.
He says, I don't know, that one coil's gonna get me.
Come on, kid. There you go. Good boy.
Looks like he's ready to go to sleep.
No, but that's how we want to quit him when he.
Oh, I know.
I don't get that opportunity.
You don't want the energy. You don't want.
No, and I don't get that opportunity to quit him that often on that relaxed.